Let's talk about constitutional issues today. And mainly, for every red-blooded American in this country who has loyalty to this country, this is what I'm trying to talk about. Not these idiots that think they know the law. Second Amendment to the United States Constitution ratifies and preserves for every citizen the right to keep and bear arms, and moreover, that Congress or any other instrument of the federal government is constitutionally barred from infringing upon that right. That's what that means. Now, our problem with the people that we have making laws and the judges that are enforcing this stuff, they don't know the Constitution. They don't. This is Black's Law Dictionary. I got that because so I could understand things a lot better. What you have in our government right now, in Congress, especially because Congress makes laws, you have people that don't know the Constitution, nor do they care about it. Therefore, you know, they're enemies of the Constitution. When you look at Schumer and Pelosi, Feinstein, Reid, Clinton, all those people, they are enemies of the Constitution. They have been for years. Therefore, they are the enemy of the people, because the Constitution is the supreme law of the land. It's written for the people. This guy here, this is dated January 28th, 2015. And I happened to come across it. I'm going to put something else down here for a second so I can focus on this. Sir William Blackstone, Long War Against Law. In his office of the Alabama Judicial Building, Alabama Supreme Court Justice Tom Parker proudly displays a 4-volume 1773 edition of Commentaries on the Laws of England. Written by William Blackstone, the famous English jurist, Commentaries formed the core of American jurisprudence both before and after the ratification of the U.S. Constitution, said Parker, who was first elected to the High Court in Alabama in 2004 and re-elected 6 years later. While Blackstone's books were the foundation of American law when the nation was established, the process of hollowing out Blackstone's influence began almost 150 years ago. Why did it happen? Because Blackstone was rejected because Blackstone's ideas were rooted in Judeo-Christian views of the world. See how the communists want to get God out of everything? Yeah, these laws apply to humanity as well. When he created man and gave him free will to conduct himself in all parts of life, he laid down immutable laws of human nature. Human laws are therefore to be the product of people comprehending God's purpose and fashioning their own regulations of human conduct. But after the end of the Civil War, some influential individuals embraced a new idea: Darwin evolution. The Origin of Species, published by Charles Darwin in 1859, had a huge impact on the movers and shakers who saw no room in American jurisprudence for Blackstone's God-based view of nature. Now, this was really a deliberate effort by the president of Harvard University, Charles Eliot, to change things, to introduce evolution into a teaching of law. So he hired Christopher Langdale as dean of Harvard School from 1870 to 1895, who changed from using Blackstone's commentaries that had immutable principles to a case law approach, studying the writing of judges. They began to change American jurisprudence. What they were able to do was to change the focus of God, who gave immutable principles, Parker said, to the judge, the man who was writing the law. By studying case laws over time, they were able to show an evolution of law. In my constitutional law class at Vanderbilt University, one of the better law schools in the country, we never read the Constitution, Parker said. We only read what judges wrote about it. That shouldn't surprise us. There is no absolute truth in a universal sense. Why should there be any consideration given by judges to the original intent of the architects of the Constitution? Judicial activism becomes common because judges became a law unto themselves. That's the problem with the Constitution. You got people that, they're following what a judge said about it, and they're not studying the Constitution themselves. The Declaration of Independence was written in the common law of that time so that everybody could understand it, and they couldn't interpret it any damn way they wanted. But that's what you got going on now. You got people who are interpreting things the way they want to see it. And like I said, when you change the intent of the architects of the Constitution, where judges become a law unto themselves because they're only studying what the judges said about it, you got a problem in these United States. So when these people saying, well, I've studied constitutional law, get their background. They're not studying the laws as they were a long time ago. They've changed it. They changed it to fit their needs. Changing what words mean. And if you let them, they're gonna have the Constitution tore apart. Yeah, I'm telling you, man, you really got to stay with it if you want to save this country. I don't know. I don't know what to do. I don't know. These people are so-called statesmen, and I hate to see when I look at a TV set or you see one of the congressmen or something up there, and the first word in front of their name is honorable. Duh! I got a problem with that. Just remember, the Second Amendment to the United States Constitution ratifies and preserves for every citizen the right to keep and bear arms, and, moreover, that Congress or any other instrument of the federal government is constitutionally barred from infringing upon that right. It's not open to interpretation. Never has been. They just let it to, gotta calm everything down. We'll go along with it. That's not how it works. If you don't have no backbone, get out of office. Thanks for watching.